Okay, finally back at the Tricycle Halloween prop. Gonna be based off of the Saw movies. So hopefully we'll get it to move. We'll have the prop on top of it. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna have it run along a track. So I'm not gonna have any steering, just powered at the rear wheels. So the intention was, of course, to make it look fairly stock and not to look like it was powered by anything. The prop dummy, I have the mask and everything. Haven't worked on it in a while, so I'm hopefully going to attach a body to the top of it, put all the components just here inside, coming up inside of the body, and then have the legs just loosely or tightly attached to the pedals, but have loose knees so it looks like it's pedaling, even though just powered from the rear wheels. So you can see it does look stock, so it doesn't look like it's modified at all. So I finally got the rear motors both mounted up. So there's two independent motors instead of doing one drive shaft. So I had to remove the axle here and the axle tubes that went to the wheels originally. All I had to do is, so I actually put them through the same holes, of course, through the original axle holes there, axle tubes. So I just had to cut off this top part to be able to fit the part for the motor right inside of it, because it was slightly larger than the hole. So I just trimmed it off just to make it easier. I couldn't enlarge the hole or else the piece of metal would be gone anyway, so I just trimmed it off there. So these are 12 volt motors, 60 RPMs. So I just got these motor mount brackets here attached on. The hubs, there's two set screws on the hubs, one farther out, one closer in there to the motor, and then they're just attached, you can see on the inside here. So straight on from the outside it looks stock again. From the inside here you can see a few screws. Some of them didn't exactly line up like that one there. You can see there's no screw in it. See if I can get it focused. There we go. That hole right there, there's no screw in it. It didn't exactly line up. So I used the drill press to drill them all out as I marked them, but they didn't line up exactly. So they spin very well. They did clear just slightly. See if we can get in there. So you can see the screws there. They just clear. Even with the weight on it, I mean the tiny bit of weight just from the tricycle, they still clear and spin very well. So we got the brackets on there, a few screws just drilled all the way through to the top. So from the top you can't see those screws. I'm going to paint them all red. It's probably not going to match, of course, the red here, but should be close enough. So now I'm just trying to figure out how to wire both of the motors. So I do have somewhere, I got these parts a while ago. So I do have this motor speed controller, so I can slow it down. Even at 60 RPMs, I attached the battery that I have for it, and it still seems very quick. But I haven't tried them together yet. Should still be the same speed, but got to see if I can get it to go fairly straight. Anyway, here's the battery that I got. So I just got this in the mail, of course, Amazon. Expert power. This is a 7 amp 12 volt battery, so it should have plenty of power for these two motors. So we'll see with the speed controller. I'll also see if I can fine tune the speed and get a nice kind of a crawl almost, but hopefully still have enough power. These are just geared motors, so it should be just fine. I mean, it seems like it would have plenty of power since they're 60 RPM. And we're just going to slow it down a little bit. Hopefully with the 7 amps we still have enough power to drive it. I can't imagine it won't be enough power. So what I'm thinking is, after I attach the two here, these are reversible motors also, so that's why I have two individuals. One of the worm gears I think you can't reverse, but that's why I got the gear driven motors. So I'm going to see if I can get the wires, and I lost my wires. So, up here there. Anyway, so we'll put the wires there, of course, and then what I'm thinking is since this whole tube here is hollow, I'm going to run them up here, up the tube, all the way up. It doesn't want to run up. Okay, so we'll run them all the way up the tube. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the seat off, and I'm thinking I'm going to try to drill right to the closest point here at the front of the seat.